Okay guys, I'm back again. Well, I told you in the previous video the idea I had about making a background and putting some really cute little cutout pores on top of it. But I am not so good with the alcohol ink. It's just something that, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me somehow. But I have seen, recently I've seen a lot of beautiful, beautiful alcohol ink things on Instagram. And some people are really, really good with alcohol ink. Right now what I'm doing is sort of looking for the color that I like. This is Yupo that I'm putting it on. And see, this is what I don't like about it. You put on a color and then some of that color just makes a circle of its own, and then another color comes off of it, but that's from the same, I think it was this one. I'll show you what I mean. So you put that color on and you're thinking, oh well, that's a nice color. I think it's that one, I'm not sure. But then all of a sudden in the middle it goes a different color. See that? Then the outer rim. Let me get you in closer so you can see what I mean. So in the middle it's a different color than the outside. And that's something that I'm not sure I really, you know, it has totally no control whatsoever. But I think I'm going to work with these colors, and what I'd like to do is use some sort of a sponge. So I bought a few that I thought would really work. So I'd like something light like this last color I used. I think that was honeycomb. And I already did shake them all up, so that can't be that. So we're going to put some honeycomb. I'm putting it on the sponge. And then I have gold. Oh, there it is. And I've been shaking this for the last 5 minutes because it has one of those little ball bearing things in it. So, oops, and it squirts out a little bit. So let's see what happens when we do that. Well, that looks kind of nice. Make sure you get the same coming back down. That is kind of something that I sort of like. Then I want to swipe over it again. And as you can see, it does give a lovely effect. But I was looking for something a little bit more to fade in the background, so this is a little bit too much. Then I think I'd need a little bit of alcohol. I'm gonna try it first with the real alcohol stuff. I'll just put it on my table because it's covered, and let's see what happens. I'm not too happy with this. Let's put some other color in there. And a little bit more of the alcohol. And put it in. And let's see what we get. Well, it's not really ugly, and it has a lovely gold sheen over it. And it might just, you know, be that I just need a little bit. Let's see. Now I have one of those round sponges. And if we were to do that, well, that does give it a little bit of a different look. Then I'm going to put it in here. Put that back on it. Because I just want something that is pretty in the background. And I don't have much experience with this, so that's why I'm not, you know, just starting a background straight away. You want to be careful that you don't ruin too much of that Yupo, because it's, like I said, pretty expensive stuff. I don't really know why, because it's plastic, so I think they just keep it expensive so that people find it, you know, exclusive or something like that. Well, not really thinking it's that cool, but stay with me because I'm gonna get a little squishy. Now, I was thinking about, but I'll just do a little one. You do have to cut it in a sort of flowy motion. You don't want those jaggedy edges on it, like this here. See that? There's a little bit of jaggedy edge. You don't want that. Well, I kind of like that. That sort of brings it to life. See that? But maybe the background needs to be a little bit more lighter to bring this out. But of course, when you put resin on top, this is going to lighten up. This is going to bring the cells out a little bit more. But as I can see it right now, it's looking the way I expected it to look. Let's just do a little bit bigger one. Something like a little bit more rounded here. Gotta get that jaggedy edge off a little bit. Yeah, that looks kind of nice. I do think I like it, the idea. So this is something that you could do if you have a lot of those squish cards. And then I want some smaller ones. And while I'm doing this, guys, this is all, you know, just so to give some ideas of things you can do with all those leftovers you have. So you don't really have to throw that much away. And I'm sure some of you will have different ideas what to do with it. But that's the idea that I had, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do these sorts of shapes or something different, like stack them or something. That could be something that I might like to do, like really put them in together like this to make some sort of a formation. Now this is of course a very narrow background to do it on, but you get my idea. Like a formation, so that looks kind of funny, or something that pulls your attention, so that looks good. Now I was looking for my little stock card things. Let's see if I got them here. I do. They're pretty much all stuck together. Now let's see. Yeah, that gives me an idea how it's going to look when it's finished. That's going to look cool. But let's do it another way, like that. Nope. Like this. I don't have enough room on my table. There you go. That gives you an idea how it's going to look. So I kind of like that. And this is pretty much all one color, but what you're seeing, the gradients, it's because there's gold in that and it reflects, so, but it is pretty much covered. I really like that, but then I want to add something extra to it. Let me look. I did have something of gold here, but I think this is, I'm not sure which one this is. Let's see. No, this isn't the one that rubs off. This is one that you have to glue on. And I did have some that you could just rub off, but I'd have to go and get that, so that takes too long. But I'm sure you're getting the idea that what I'm trying to do. So I'll just turn you guys off, then I'm gonna set this up and do the background. So see you in a bit. Okay, we're back, and we have the piece of Yupo that's gonna fit on my cradled canvas or wooden panel or whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to mix up some colors here and a little bit of alcohol, and I am going to put the gold in straight away just to see what that's going to bring us. So I'm going to soak it up and we're going to put it on here. And I don't mind that it is like you see these stripes, because I think the texture or the pattern that it gives me is going to add to the painting. I would like a little bit more color though. So I'm putting it on the table and putting my sponge in it. As you can see, might not be wet enough, so I'm going to give it a little bit of alcohol. There we go. But it doesn't have to be all the same thickness because of the things we're going to put on top of it. But it does here need a little bit more. I can see that. And maybe we can take it with another color, a really light one, the sandalwood. Yeah, this one. So we're going to put that on. And then we're going to bring that across like that. Okay, that's sort of what I kind of like. Now you're seeing a lot of these, but it is the reflection of the gold, to tell you the truth. That's what that's doing. Okay, lift it up. And it's pretty much dried already. That goes pretty fast. And we do see a little shimmer of gold coming through, which we kind of like. I might just add a little bit more gold because that's what sort of makes it, you know, just that little bit more interesting. And then this is only, you know, to get an idea, because this is not the real things I'm going to be putting on it. Let's put that one straight up like that. That looks nice. Yes. Now when we frame it, you can see how it's going to look. And then with that, you know, last layer of resin on it, it's going to be awesome. I'm pretty sure it's going to be cool. Now, what I do think is going to add to it, I'll show you. I tried it on my other little bit. Can you see those scratches in gold? I kind of like that, but not all over the place. So we're going to place, like, the first object we're going to place somewhere around here. So I would like some scratches from here to here. That's going to make it a little bit more interesting. So it's this foil that you can buy, art foil, and you have them in two different sorts. One is where you have to put glue on the base or wherever you're going to put it on. You need, let's see, what am I doing? Oh, like this. So one is where you put glue on, but this one is you just lay it on top like this. And you take something, and I'll just take the end of a paintbrush, and you just do your thing on top of it. You do need to press pretty hard though, Now, when making these little scratches, see how that fits? It complements the colors, which I think is kind of cool. But it should just be like little scratches. It doesn't have to be representing something. And it is the background, so your cut out little pores will go straight over them. So it's just something to make it a little interesting. See them? Now, because you're looking on them as like straight down, you see them like really like scratches. But see that when they hit the light, they sort of disappear. And that's what we're looking for. And you don't have to really be very artsy to do this. It's just, you know, putting them where you think you're gonna like them. That's all. Now for the people in Holland, if you're looking for this kind of stuff, I found mine in the dollar store. There was something like 68 cents a whole roll, about 2 meters of this stuff. That's pretty cheap. And, you know, just to do something fun with it, I don't think that's very expensive, and you can, you know, have a lot of fun with putting gold on stuff. And if you were to really be, you have those little, with the little balls at the end from a metal. You use them to model clay, and if you use those, you can be really precise with what you put on the paper. You could even just sign your name in it. I've tried that before and it works, but that's not what I'm going for here. I'm just going for a lot of scratches as the base to where I'm gonna put my cut out pores. A few more. I want a nice ones here. There we go. See, the more you put on, the more it sort of pulls it all together, and it looks really, really pretty. There we go. A few more up here. I think that's enough. Okay, now again, when you put it in the light, as you can see, there it goes. There you see how beautiful and golden that it really is. And then when you, let me put the lid on this stuff before it dries out. Then when you put the beautiful little pores on top, it sort of fades into the background. And I might even, you know, when I've put them all on, what I'm going to put on, I'm not sure yet. I got to figure that out. But I might give it a little bit of a 3D thing. And that's where you come in here with it, where you put a little bit of shadow underneath the things you stick on, just to, you know, make them pop a little bit. That might be cool. And even if you were to use this, but this is going to fade right into the background because it's the same colors, but I'll give you an idea. Even this you don't have to throw away, because look at that, it's kind of pretty. It's the same color, but and it has the same scratches on it, but it does look different because it's the light is falling on it in a different way, because this is done horizontally, this one vertically. So that's when you see the difference in the color, because the light hits it differently. So you can play around with that too. That's something that you can incorporate into your piece of art. So making a big one. See that? I kind of like that too. It's not even that ugly. But we do have to put it up like that. I'm going to put one of these in somewhere. And maybe put them like that. I really kind of like it. I'm not I wasn't expecting that because I put that one in and this little one on top. That looks kind of cute. But I just want to go further with it, and I'm looking for or thinking about something that maybe I want to put on there, like some silk thread or something. That would really look beautiful, putting it, you know, in a really nice sway thing on top of it. Well, this video won't be placed on YouTube today because I want to show you the finished item. So I'll just think about it a little bit, and then when it's finished, I will surprise you. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Be right back when I take it a step further. Laters. Hi guys, I'm back, and I want to finish this off because it's taking quite a long time. So I stuck my stuff on there. I don't know how to call it, but it's a collage. So this is Yupo. This is Yupo, and that is Yupo. This is on photo paper, the Kodak Extra Life, and these are pores that I did on them. And these I just sort of, did my thing on them with really beautiful metallic alcohol ink. And here I did a little foil stuff, but you've already seen that. And I've done a little embellishing here, just to make it a little interesting. So what I'm going to do now is put this away. And we're going to use this to stick it on here. But my husband said, make sure you put something on the table because it is very sticky and you will get a lot of, spray on there, and then everything will stick together. So there we go. Okay, another thing I was going to show you, but I just ripped it off. These panels normally are pretty expensive, especially in Holland. And I think in the States these are much cheaper, but for people in Europe, they are called peacock wood art. So I'll write it down for you. They're €8.95, and it's just like this peacock. Let's see if I'm writing it right. Wood art. If you put that in Google and maybe put in the dimensions 20 times 20 centimeters times 3 centimeters, you'll find these panels $8.95, and that's the cheapest I've ever found them. So okay, here we go. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we'll see. So that's a lot of and it's all on the sides too, so I'll have to take that off. I'm not sure if this is really good, but we'll see. It did say to wait a little bit, and I see that I've missed the corners pretty much, and it stinks pretty much. That should do it. Now you can see how much is on the table, so a good thing that I did listen to my husband. So we're gonna, oh yeah, it's already sticky. Gonna put that on there. Normally I turn it around so I can see exactly how much I have, going over, but this is okay. Now with a very, very clean rag, I'm going to press it down, making sure I have some overlap all over the place, because I want to cut that off once this is dry. I think it's on there really well, because I'm going to cut this off with one of those really sharp knives, but I can already see that everything is covered, so that's going to work out really well. See that? There's a little overlap on all sides, so that's good. But I also, oh, that comes off very nicely. I like that. Okay. Because I want to keep the sides really, really clean, because I just might varnish them. I'm not sure yet. Maybe a darker color. That would look really beautiful with this one. So I'll just see what happens. Okay, so this is it. And it is really, this has a lot of effects, as you can see, because this is all bronze paint or bronze alcohol ink. Then here I did a lot of gold alcohol ink, so it has that really beautiful shine to it. And I will show you when I resin it. First I want to let this dry in the sun for a bit, then I'll cut the sides. I'm not going to do that online on the video, because I want to do it very precise. But I will show you how I put the resin on top. Then I can post this video today, because this has been, I don't know, I think 6 or 7 takes to do this thing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next bit. Laters. Okay, at last we are ready to put some resin on this. This is a wooden cradled panel, and I'm ready to put some resin on this. I was going to wait a little bit for it to get just a little bit harder, but we'll see what happens. Because I will have to warm it up, so it's going to get thinner anyway because of all the bubbles. But let's just see how this works out. Now I'm going to swipe it with a silicone swiper to make sure that it's all covered. As you can see, okay, I think we got that covered. I'm not so good at this. I think I'll have to watch a couple of videos online to see how this works out. I do like how it levels out. That I really like. There we go. I think we need a little bit more. There we go. And here I have some pendants, which I'm gonna do too, because I've had a few people email me about the pendants, but I don't have anything to show you yet because I'm a little bit lazy. Okay, see, I don't like how, why doesn't it go that way? I don't know. Let's see. Let's take out some bubbles. Okay, bubbles are gone. But now I don't see it moving much, so we're gonna have to add a little bit more. That should be enough. Oh, I made way too much of this resin. I can see it now. Okay. And it's still not that I'm thinking, okay, it is moving a little bit, but there it moves. Uh-oh, we have a silicone problem here. That is not good. Uh-oh. I think, uh-oh. There it goes over the side. I hate this stuff. This is the only thing I don't like with this. I'm gonna just help it along now. Make sure that it's totally covered. Do a little rubbing of that where it resisted the, that's okay, there's nothing there. Okay, let's see. Let it come back that way. I'm hoping the tape, because I put tape around it, I'm hoping the tape is gonna just keep it where it should be. If not, I'll have some sanding to do. And here I have to take it off there. Let's see, that's nice and smooth. Yuck. I just don't like how it's all sticky and yucky. Okay, we have another little silicone problem. See that there? Because I didn't clean it before I did something to it. Okay, let's put some more on there then. I have enough. Just don't want it to go over the side though. Okay, this little silicone spot is not moving, so I'm gonna use a little trick. If I can find my silicone. See, there's a piece that is resisting the resin, and then what we do is drop a little bit of silicone on there and sort of swirl it. There we go. And that should do it. Just give it a little swirl all over the place. Yeah. I'll have to find out how I can do this better. That's okay. That's it. Paper, please. And I told my husband, he said, are you going to change because you got your good clothes on and I have new shoes on? I said, no, you don't have to worry about that. There's nothing going to be dripping. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah, right. I hope he doesn't see this video. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to do anything more to it. I'm going to put this away and I'm going to do the pendants. Let's not put that on cups. I need a piece of paper. Yes. I'm just gonna let this dry as is. It's nice and shiny. We'll see what happens. That's it. And if you hear me scream, that will be the sign that I've dropped resin on my new shoes. Okay. Now for the pendants, it's the same thing, but the good thing about pendants is when you have oh, I forgot to put them glue them in. Oh, we'll see what happens, because there's going to be resin up to the side, so I'm pretty sure that's going to take care of the little papers. There we go. I just wish this stuff was water solutable, or whatever you call it, that you could just clean it up with a little bit of water and a little bit of soap. But that's not the case, guys. So pushing it down here, that's number one. This one isn't ready yet. Needs to go to the sides. You have to push it a little bit, just so it makes contact with the outer ring of your bezel. Okay, that one's done too. Ready. This one's ready. You don't really need a really high dome. That's what some people think, that you really have to make sure that the dome is really high. If you like the look of a high dome, all you have to do is buy a glass cabochon and you can stick it on, and you will have that high dome thing, dome looking feeling. So that's what I would suggest. Then all you have to do is just glue it in. The problem is that with these pendants I'm making, the size, it's too big. They don't make glass cabochons that fit this, so that's why I have to pour resin on top. And I personally, I don't really like the really huge domes, not on a size like this. Here we go. So that's it. And I'm hoping that I can find the rest of the parts of this video. I'll do my best. There we are. Nicely done. Oh, here it already went over the side. I bet you saw that before I did. I hate it when it does that. Really, really hate that. On AliExpress, there is a new sort of resin that you set it with the UV, so you don't have to mix it up. All you do is use it, then set it under a UV lamp. That might be the better choice. I'm not sure, but I think so. But I really want it up against the sides. That worked over here. That's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. Only this one. Arrgh. See how once it goes over the barrier, then it really just runs, has a life of its own. I really don't like that. So I'm going to clean that off. Oh, please leave me alone. I'm busy. There we go. Maybe it wasn't level. I thought it would be level, but maybe not. So I'm going to put a little bit back in. Make sure it goes up to the sides. And it went over there too. I'll try and cut it off while it's not still. Oh, there it goes too, I think. Okay. As you can see, I'm not so really happy with this kind of work. I like doing resin, but then just, you know, the normal pouring resin all over something. That's it. We're gonna let them dry. You do have to come back after about 10 minutes and torch again, because somehow it bubbles up again. I don't know why it does that, but wait a minute, I already see bubbles here too. Yep. Because otherwise you see those tiny, tiny little bubbles and you don't want that. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna clean this mess up and I'll be back tomorrow maybe. Bye bye. Love you all to pieces.